When I first stepped onto the yoga mat, it wasn't for enlightenment or spiritual awakening. No, it was simpler. I was stiff, stressed, and my regular workouts of running and lifting were leaving me more battered than energized. Yoga seemed like a smart, maybe even easy alternative. Those early days were challenging and painful, as my body was balanced from the inside out. Strengthened here, stretched there. And I'll be honest, I initially saw yoga as just another tool for physical fitness. My approach to yoga was much like how I approached other forms of exercise, with a focus on progression and tangible results. My familiarity with fitness had me trying to linearize yoga, applying what I knew from running track and lifting weights. I absorbed every detail about the muscles, hopeful that this knowledge would free me from my reliance on chiropractic adjustments. The transformation wasn't overnight. It took months. There were days I'd leave class with my back screaming, wondering if this was really helping. But gradually, the constant ache I'd developed for years began to fade. I was actually getting stronger, not just in the muscles I showed off, but in the ones I didn't even know about. As I kept returning to the mat, something shifted. It wasn't just about cracking my back or stretching my hamstrings. I began to notice a subtle change. What kept me coming back? It was the feeling after each class. Despite the soreness, I discovered a newfound joy in yoga's multiplanar, playful movements. It felt natural, human, and somehow deeply original. These were movements that my previous linear exercises had never explored. It felt like coming home to a form of movement I didn't even know I was missing. It wasn't just exercise. It was like rediscovering a new language with my body. This was when I knew yoga was more than just an exercise. It was a path to wellness. I'll admit, the fancy poses attracted me. Call it ego or just human curiosity, but seeing those complex asanas made me want to try them. Some yogis frown upon this, saying it's not the true essence of yoga. But for me, striving for those poses was a test of discipline, focus, and enjoy. Years of practice and instructing others has given me perspective. In the beginning, I was drawn to yoga by the allure of complex poses. Back then, I believed mastering these asanas was the pinnacle of a good practice. Now I see yoga as much more than a workout, and that's what's kept me hooked. It's taught me about the power of intention. It's not just about how deep you go into a pose, but why you do it. This practice has been about aligning my actions with my thoughts, about finding strength not just in muscles, but in my approach to life. Calling yoga a moving meditation might sound cliche, but it's true. The focus, the breathing, it's a mental exercise as much as a physical one. Meditation offers lessons on contentedness, finding balance, and frankly, just living well, inside and out. Personal growth isn't linear. What works for me in yoga might not for someone else, and that's okay. Yoga's big, there's room for everyone, and each person's journey is unique. In the end, yoga for me is about honesty with your body, your limits, your goals. It's a practice that's taught me resilience, patience, and a bit of humility. It's not for everyone, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, it's been a path not just to better health, but a better understanding of myself.